got Andy, the Forest Dean runner on my channel. I reached out to him a few weeks ago. Took us a while just to put it together because obviously lockdown. Probably one of my favourite running YouTubers out there. Has been an inspiration to me running wise. Because way back when I ran my first half marathon in 1:30.01, go away a little bit, kind of disappointed. And I've been watching his videos and seen that he'd upped his mileage. So I reached out to him, told him what I was looking to do, and he gave me some really great advice. He told me how long it would take, and he was spot on. So thank you, Andy, for that. So anyway, I'm going to stop jibber jabbering and let him introduce himself. Take it away, Andy.
Chris, just want to say a massive thank you for having me on your channel today. I really appreciate it. And to everyone who's watching, hi, my name's Andy. I go by the alias of the Forest Dean runner. I get to run and live in a beautiful place called the Forest Dean in the UK, and I get to run these incredible trails day in, day out. I have a YouTube channel which documents my running journey, including running shoe reviews, comparisons, how-to videos, race vlogs, training, and much more.
So Andy, when did you start running?
So I started running back in 2015 on January the 1st as a New Year's resolution. I was playing football for about 9 years before that, and I just got bored, just got a bit fed up with the sport. So I decided to challenge myself with something new, something where I could train, fit it in with a family and be able to push myself. I'm a very motivated person, so it doesn't take a lot for me to get out the door and want to better myself day in, day out. And I thought, what better sport to try my hand at than running?
It's pretty similar to myself. I went from running to football and back to running. So what motivates you to train now?
For me, keeping motivation is relatively easy, which I feel very grateful for. I'm a very motivated person, as I just alluded to, and I see running as a moving goalpost at all times. There's always room for improvement, whether it's in your form, in your times, in the distance you run, whatever it is, there's some way or somewhere you can improve. And so for me, I just try and get the best out of myself, and I know that each day when I go out for a run, or each training block, or each plan that I embark on, the goal is simply to be a better runner at the end of that than when I started. So with that in the forefront of my mind, getting out the door every morning really isn't that much of an issue.
So what's your favourite distance to run? Mine's 10k.
Favourite distance? Well, if we talk training, it will be for however long I can run for. When I'm out on these trails here in the forest, the miles eat themselves up. So the long run for me is my favourite run of the week, regardless of what plan I'm on, regardless of what distance I'm training for. So anything that I can run for as long as possible, 20 plus miles has got to be the winner in training. When it comes to racing, it will be anywhere between the 10k and the marathon. Anything shorter than 10k is too much of a hard effort for too short a time. And the marathon, if you get it right, is the most rewarding feeling out there. But it's very rare that you get a marathon spot on. So I'm going to go with a half marathon. It's a distance I started with. It's a distance that I can kind of find a gear and click into quite nicely. It's not quite as sadistically hard as a 10k. If you get the 10k right, again, pacing, that's good. You're really on your limit there. But half marathon, you can just sit back a touch from 10k pace, click into gear and cruise along, suffer a bit in the last 2 miles, but get the job done. So it's got to be the half marathon.
So what are your future plans and goals?
My future goals in running, well, there's a couple, I guess. Number one is a weekly mileage target. I want to become comfortable with running 80 plus miles a week. It's taken me 5.5 years to get to a point where 60 miles a week is comfortably uncomfortable. I seem to be able to tick along okay at 60 miles now. It's a new baseline where I found myself I'm able to sit at. So over the next couple of years, I'd definitely love to get up to 80 and in training blocks, peak in and around 100 to 110 and then float back down to 80. So to be in that range would be awesome. And the other goal, I don't really have many time goals for specific distances, but I've always had this thing in my head that I want to break 1:10 for the half marathon, sub 70 minutes. It's something that I've just been focused on literally since day one when I started running. I started running and I said I want to break 70 in the half marathon. And we're literally no running experience whatsoever. Obviously at the moment we're on 1:17, so we have a way to go. But it'd be great if we can do that.
Can't see you not achieving it by the, you're putting in the training and the time's been falling, so definitely achievable. I'm hoping to get under 120 hopefully. Probably take a few more years. So have you got any advice for new runners?
So if I could give one piece of advice to a new runner, what would it be? Well, there's 3 bits of advice that I always say to anybody, so try and condense it into 3 into 1. Number 1, don't be the runner with all the gear and no idea. If you're starting running, you don't need to go out and buy everything on the shelf to fit in. You don't need the selfies, you don't need all the training gear. I went out in my old Vans skate shoes for the first couple of runs before I decided to invest. I'm not recommending that in the slightest. We've all got a pair of trainers in our cupboard, most of us. They don't have to be skate shoes like mine were, but don't feel the pressure to go out and buy everything. Go out and see if you enjoy it. You need to enjoy the sports. There's too many fair weather runners out there that just do it for the social media fame and the glory, and it's not a longevity strategy. It's not a long-term strategy. So go out there, enjoy yourself. Don't worry about time. Don't worry about pace. Don't worry about anything like that. Just if you want to track your run, pop it on your phone, close the phone lid, and just go and run and examine the data when you get back. When you become that runner in the very beginning, already checking their watch splits, what are my mile splits, what is all of that? Oh, that's a root of evil. I just had a stopwatch. I used to start it, stop it. I had no mile splits until 6 months in to being a runner. And the final one is don't compare yourself to anybody else. We're all different, we're all built differently, we're all made differently, so to speak. And comparison is just a route to evil. I used to compare myself a lot, constantly striving to be better, looking at other people's training, looking at X, Y, and Z, and wondering why I wasn't getting fitter when I was doing the same as them. And actually, what works for them might not work for me. And it takes time to work out what works for you. And it's about using those first few months to explore what works for you, and then sticking with it, enjoying it, and ultimately making it a long-term healthy lifestyle choice.
That's great advice. So anyway, thanks for coming on my channel. I do really appreciate it, and I hope my viewers have enjoyed it.
So to everyone who's watched the video, thank you very much for your time, much appreciated. Hopefully I'll be seeing you around on YouTube, in the comments of videos. And to Chris, mate, thank you very much for having me on your channel. I hope you all have a great day.
So what you need to do now is go and check out Andy's channel. I'm going to put a link there, one of his videos, link up there, link down there, so you've got no excuse. And as always, if you enjoyed it, thumbs up. Obviously don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.